We are live. Hi. I just want to welcome everyone who's streaming in and tuning in live or watching our replay. And I just want to introduce myself. My name is Salama McFarland. I am the VBP Assistant Director. And right now, our director, Sister Clara Lyons-DeVaughn, she is traveling, and we wish her well and safe travels and hope she's having a great trip. And VBP Ministry, we're part of the Victory in Christ Christian Center, which is under the leadership of Bishop John Edmondson and Pastor Aisha Edmondson. And for those who may not know what VBP is all about, let me tell you a little bit about our ministry. So, our ministry basically allows business professionals and entrepreneurs to develop the skill sets, the mindset, and everything that they need in order to incorporate kingdom principles into their business lives and in their workplace. So, our ministry, we have 5 different pillars that we basically model our ministry after, and it creates the acronym called NEO. The K is for kingdom because we make sure that we are kingdom minded in every way, and we try to maintain kingdom principles in every area of our lives. So that includes our business, that includes our career, and that the ways that we interact with one another and with others. So we want to be able to reflect God in everything that we do. The N is for networking, and we have many opportunities for people to network with other entrepreneurs or career professionals to develop those close knit relationships that you need in order to be able to develop and grow. E, the first E is for education. We offer many educational opportunities through different workshops that we host throughout the year. And we're also creating a academy that's going to be part of the or we have a educational component to our ministry that we're going to be adding. So we're going to have some classes, different workshops, and we're going to gear that to people who are looking to learn all about entrepreneurship and how to become a new business owner. Another E is exposure. And this right here is one of the ways that we offer exposure. We do this every fourth Sunday of the month. We spotlight at least one entrepreneur. And today we have Sister Daisy Davis Quick. And in addition to that, we have other ways that we allow entrepreneurs to be able to broadcast their business. We have different workshops, we have different expos throughout the year where people can market their services and products. And we also have stuff like this where we allow people to get that exposure live on social media. And lastly, the L stands for leadership. And we offer many ways for people to become great leaders and develop and grow as part of our ministry team. So we are always looking for ministry team members to join us. So if you are interested in helping fellow entrepreneurs and career professionals, please reach out to me or Sister Clara, and we'll be happy to tell you more about our ministry and how you can get connected. So, Daisy, I'm so excited. It was so hard getting you on here tonight because you are a busy lady. She was taking phone calls, she's fielding deals. I'm just like, okay, Daisy. She's like, I gotta run out, I gotta show a house to a buyer. She's
Yeah,
working it. So we
yeah,
are so excited to have Daisy with us tonight. I know she's a very busy lady. So thank you so much for coming on and joining me. And could you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Oh, thank you for inviting me. And that last meeting resulted in an offer on a house, so that was good.
Yeah.
But I work for Remax Preferred. I've been an agent for close to 15 years now, and I'm a real estate agent. I'm licensed in Philadelphia and in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Still working on my Delaware license. I want to get that as well. But I actually have a team that I work with. I hired a person, a buyer's agent, actually buyers and sellers. So up and coming guy. Um, I'm trying to think of three different things at once. Kashker Turner is his name, but he used to be a student of mine at Lincoln University because I
Right.
taught there. I taught radio for one semester for about a year, really, and that was he remembered me. And then when he decided he wanted to join, get his license, he decided he wanted to work with me. So that's how we got together. So we're growing. We're growing.
That sounds exciting, Daisy. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and
So,
he's super, he's willing to learn. He's super aggressive, and he's a go getter. So yeah, he was definitely a big addition to the
mhm.
team. Hmm.
So how did you get started? How did you become a realtor? What did you do
Well,
beforehand?
really, I was in radio for a long time, and I was between jobs because radio is a very you get to the point where I was traveling a lot. I was moving around a lot, basically. And I was between jobs. I was tired of moving. And um, a coworker of mine, or actually someone who was in the same business, had started doing real estate. And he said, "What, you ever thought about real estate?" Which I had never, ever thought about real estate. So I was thinking, yeah, well, I like to show houses. That sounds like something I would like to do. Of course, it was way more than that. Once you get into it, it's like
Mhm.
showing houses is the least of what you do. So that's how I got started. Somebody just put the thought in my head, and I actually got licensed. I was in Virginia at the time. Got licensed in Virginia, and then I moved back to Jersey, and I got my license here. But yeah, just something that never even entered my mind. But once I got into it, I was like, yeah, I really like this. You know.
So were there any skills that you developed in radio that kind of transferred over into real estate that you feel like
Mhm.
helped you?
Marketing. I had a lot of marketing skills because in radio, I was overseeing. By the time I left, I was overseeing 4 radio stations. And I was responsible for everything that came out on the airways. And marketing was one of them. So marketing and sales indirectly, because I was used to people trying to sell me products, which means they were trying to get me to play their records. So I was always getting sales pitches. And also, it helped me with dealing with a lot of different personalities as well.
Mhm.
Because, in real estate, you deal with so many different personalities. And you have to be a chameleon because you have to kind of adjust to each personality. And by having the disc jockeys, the marketing people, the promotion people, working for you, then you have all these different personalities that you have to not so much adapt to, but you have to interact with. And so you develop those skills as well. So that helped me a lot.
I
And
see.
being aggressive, and two, always working
Mhm.
because um you're always radio is 24/7. It never goes off. So
Right.
it's actually, for real estate, it's kind of the same because people may want you to show them a house at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, you know?
That's true.
So yeah, so it's just I went from one job where I worked 24/7 to another one, the same thing. But you have to set your own balance. You have to do that. So
Right.
mhm.
Well, it sounds like you have a very strong work ethic, which definitely has helped you in this line of work. Is there
Hmm.
anything else that you would say that real estate has taught you? Any skills that you developed since getting started in real estate?
You just have to be very organized very organized. You have to be have a lot of integrity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and that's not really, that's not, I don't guess that's a skill. That's something that is in you,
Yes.
because you don't want to be that person who will just sell at any cost,
Right.
or do anything just to make a deal work, or compromise their integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I've always had the I guess my motto has always been, if I can't look in the mirror after I've done something, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do it. If I can't get up and look at myself and at the next day, then that's something I don't want to do, because we all, have our faults, but that's something that I never wanted to do.
I
So
agree.
that, and, organization, making sure you stay on top of things, loyalty to your clients, that's another thing as well. Loyalty to your clients, and just working until you get it done, because a deal is not dead until it's dead. So
Mm-hmm.
you just work it until you get the deal closed. Yeah.
Yes. So, what do you think is the most challenging aspect of being a realtor?
Well, now in this market is getting your offers accepted, but also
For real.
just staying positive, because people think that um, people are always thinking, yeah, you're in real estate, you're making a lot of money, because they look at you're getting these huge commission checks, but you could get to the point where you're 2 days before closing and a deal will just completely fall apart. you
Yes.
know so
Mm-hmm.
you have to keep a strong mind, I guess, and stay focused, and keep the faith, really. And by being going to a church that we go to, we're going
Yes.
to always keep the faith, so
Mm-hmm.
you have to get to the point where you don't worry about anything, and you know that God is going to provide.
Amen.
That's challenging, just trying to um, and trying to deal with disappointed buyers
Yes.
when offer after offer is not getting accepted,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make them comfortable. You have to make them realize that it's not them, or you have to make them feel like, okay, you know what, that house wasn't for you. And
Yeah.
not just say it, but kind of, but really mean it. That wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
house for you. And every delay is going to be in your favor, So,
Amen. That's so true.
yeah.
So, what is the most rewarding part of being a realtor?
Wow. The most rewarding part for me is when, mostly with buyers, is when I see a buyer who has, um, conquered a generational curse, where no one in their family for generations has owned a house, and then they own a house, they buy a house, and they're so elated that they're crying. Or I've also had a buyer where I think the house was $15,000, and he prayed before we had closing. He prayed afterwards, and then I went to his house later and to see how he had fixed that house up and made it his castle. So it's things like that that are rewarding for me. It's not even the money. Of course, you want that, but it's not that, oh, I got a big fat check. It's when you
Mm-hmm.
see their faces, or even when you sell a house that maybe it was on the market with two other people and it never sold. Then you list it and it sold, and the people, they're so happy, and it just brings me joy.
That is very, very rewarding. It sounds so amazing. And I know I've experienced that even for myself. So I
Mhm.
definitely understand what that
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
like.
'Cause when somebody prays at a closing, I mean, because people might pray at home, but when they
Hmm.
actually pray at the closing or they start crying at the closing. And one girl, she was crying, and she was so happy. This wasn't the generational thing, but she was so happy. And what I do is I always keep in touch with my clients afterwards. And so I drop off little things for them at the house. And I drove by her house, and I had something for her. And she was sitting on her porch reading,
Mm.
and she's at a house. Something that she thought she would never do is have a house. And she's sitting there. Or somebody called me one time. Well, they didn't call me. They put it, I think it was on Facebook, where they were in their yard and they were raking the leaves, and they were just thanking God because they had this nice big yard that they had to rake the leaves in. So things like that. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you generate your clients?
Oh, wow. How do I generate clients? I try, to be honest, I think 90% of my clients are from referrals.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is, like I just told you, I keep in touch with my clients so they can refer other clients to me. And as you know, word of mouth is really good. If you were good to one person, then they're going to pass that along to somebody else. So it kind of takes out half of what we have to do, because they've already given you the referral. They've already said how good you are.
Yeah.
So, you just got to come in there and be your genuine self, and then that works. But that's how I do very little other lead generation. I do have a Zillow account. I do that. But I have a Google account where I have reviews and stuff listed. But other than that, I usually just get 90% referrals. And of course, the ad that I have at Victory, people call me from that ad. People call me and they were like, "Oh, I didn't know you were a realtor. I was looking for a realtor. I got on the site," and then they call me from that as well. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So, how do you stay in contact with your clients? Is it via email? Do you have a regular
Emails.
schedule?
I do emails. I do a newsletter once a month, and I drop off things at their houses. I, birthdays, sometimes anniversaries, maybe the anniversary of when they closed on the house. But what else do I do? Oh, I also I do a sock drive once a year. This will be my third year doing it, where they bring in socks and I give them a pie for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
So things like that. And this year I'm going to have a client appreciation party.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. Give away all my ideas now. Yeah, but I've always been really good at staying in touch with people like that, and birthdays and remembering things like that anyway.
Is that something you get on your first contact with them? You try to gather their information? Is there a sheet that they fill out for you?
I do it at closing. I mostly do it at closing. There's a sheet that I have them do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what can the client do to have a successful experience with you?
Listen. Listen to what I say. No. Just be, I guess, with the client, just understand that, I'm working for them, and that whatever I tell them, it's for their benefit, and, I'm not going to tell them anything that I knowingly know is not good for them. So just kind of, having a good open relationship with them. I try to find out how they like to interact, because some people now they only want to text. Some people are good with emails, and some people they want to talk to you. So just finding out what I can do, to make their life easier, really. But you said, what was the question again? What can they do?
Yeah, just to make sure that they're doing what's necessary to make it a successful experience for.
They could just, and I also give them a list of things that they need to do so they can stay on top of things. They just stay on top of things, and get things done, I guess, as I tell them to do it.
Mm-hmm. So I know that you're extremely busy. How do you manage it all? Like, what do you do in order to stay on top of things, organize your time, your schedule, have that good work-life balance?
You know what, I had to learn to do that because I used to work like all the time. And my last job in radio, I had a manager, and I mean, the work was just crazy. And I would always tell him, there's so much, I just can't catch up. There's so much work. There's so much work. So he would always say, you know what, just do what needs to be done today and then go home. And that was at that time, that was when I stopped working on weekends, because I was working weekends. Of course, I have to work weekends with,
Real estate.
with real estate, but then I stopped working weekends. But it's prioritized. You have to prioritize what has to be done today. Then you have to come up with a list of what could be done down the line, and then just do it. And you do as much as you can, the things that are really important that day. And then the next day you wake up and you start all over. But you have to prioritize, because we're with real estate, everything is it's a deadline for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like, I could have days where everything is smooth, and then you could get one phone call, and then your day is just like crazy because you have to get everything. I'm just trying to think of something to throw out there, but maybe the home inspection came back, and the buyer's not happy with the home inspection. Then you have maybe only so much time to get everything done, and you're sending emails to the agent, and the agent is sending stuff from the seller. So it gets crazy and hectic like that. But then
Mm-hmm.
we have days where there's smooth days as well. But for me, I try to find balance where, I get to work, and then I still get to do things that I like to do with, my family. And I love to line dance. So I make time for that, because that's my stress relief. That's something I like to do. So I make time for that. And then I make time for my husband. Other
Yes.
than that, yeah, so
Keep
you
it
have to
fun.
balance it, but prioritize. Of course, your family, for me, the family is always first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
I'm sure your family appreciates it too.
Right. Yeah, of
I
course.
know some
Of
people
course.
are always at the dinner table responding to
Mhm.
phone calls. And I know we have to do that at times
Mhm.
as business owners, as entrepreneurs. We have to
Mhm.
be there for our clients. But I
Yeah.
know a lot of business people, they just establish set hours. These are
Hmm.
the times that you can reach me.
Hmm.
Do you have anything like that? Or is it
I don't. I don't. It
okay?
depends on the situation. Like, if it's something that, if I'm dealing with a client and I know maybe we're going to close in a couple of days, or I feel like they really need me, I'll pick up the phone. I don't have a
Hmm.
problem with that. But I have learned that not picking up the phone for some people, the world doesn't end because you don't do that. And you call
Right.
them back the next day and you take care of it. But
Mhm.
it's just, it's a, an as is basis is what I use it for, because
Right.
some people, they can be really inconsiderate and call you late at night. When I say late, or texting, now texting, they text you at any time. I'm sure you
Hmm.
know that now. They'll text you at midnight
Yeah.
or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why would you text me? Oh, I thought you turned your phone off and you would get it in the morning. No, I don't turn my phone off. I have, I know, but I did get to the point where I don't sleep with my phone by the bed anymore. I put it in
Okay.
the bathroom. That way I'm not hearing it, because it
Yeah.
was disturbing me. But
I'm guilty of that too. I do.
oh,
It's
you
sometimes
text
I'm
people at 2 o'clock in the morning? Oh, so I'm talking about you. Why?
I might be the very early morning person because I wake up early and I'm just like, oh, everybody else is up too. They gotta be up. No.
No, but I think what people think too is that, oh, well, they're asleep and they'll see it in the morning. But what
Yeah.
it was
And
doing,
that's
it
exactly
was
what I
waking
do.
me up. It was
Hmm.
waking me up. And I'm like, what? Why? And one just on and on. I'm like, they're texting me a book. What?
and then sending you more and more and more
Yeah,
DMs.
like ding,
Yeah, I try
ding,
not to do that. I
ding.
know
Like, okay.
somebody did that to me. They were like
Yeah.
sending pictures,
Hmm.
one after the other after the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
So.
know in this line of work, you do what you got to do. I know we had one closing we had to get done, and we
Hmm.
were just at that crunch where you had the 3 days to get the
Hmm.
paperwork in before closing. So
Hmm.
the lender and we had to use California time and get all the
Yeah.
documents signed so that everything would happen um,
Hmm.
the way it needed to happen so that we can close
Right.
in time.
That's
So,
what I'm saying. It gets crazy sometimes
mhm,
where sometimes, to be honest, it can get so crazy. I have to, because I can, work a lot. I don't go into the office as much as I used to. I work a lot from home, but I have to step away from my desk and go and get my praise on, or have prayer or do something. And then I come back and I'm like, okay, God, right. Because sometimes it can really, um, stress you out, you know? It can really get crazy. And I'm like, oh my God. That's when I have to step away from it and take some time and then come back.
yeah, that's good. Always, that
Yeah.
self care is so important. And I'm learning that
Self
in
what?
this season, self
Self
care.
care. Oh, self care. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Massages, all that stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, I know
Take a
personally for me,
spa
I got
day.
away from it for a while and it took
Hmm.
its toll. So,
Yeah.
reset. This year is all about reset. I'm reset.
Hmm. Oh yeah, because nothing, and the bottom line is that it's not. It'll be there when you come back. It really will. And
Hmm.
it took me a while, but the more I did it, the more I was like, "Hey, this stuff works." Just walk away, call them
Hmm.
tomorrow. It'll be fine.
Right.
And usually, it's not even important what they want. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so you have to do that.
Right. So, what advice would you give for somebody who's considering becoming a realtor?
Well, I would say. Save some money up first, just in case you don't have deals in the beginning. You don't have any closings because people think that, oh my God, there's so many realtors now, too. That's another thing. But people think that, okay, I got my license. Now I'm going to go just start making money and it's so easy. And I'm just going to show a couple of houses and that's it. I'm going to start making money. But no. And then you have your fees and all those things to take care of. So that would be one thing. Another thing is you said considering or they already have their license. They're
Well,
just
let's
new
talk about
agents.
both.
Okay, well, if you're a new agent, then I would say get with a company that has a really good teaching program, where you
Hmm.
can get educated, and find you a mentor. Find you a mentor, someone who could take you under their wings and just walk you through the process and help you with the process because it's a lot. It's a lot, and what you're doing is you're putting somebody else's lively livelihood or life in your hands. So you got to be careful with that. You can't be um, flippant or take it lightly. It's
Right.
serious, you know,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
we have to be just as serious about it as the buyer and seller. We have to feel the way they feel.
Right.
So yeah,
Exactly.
so
It's
get
a
with
huge
somebody.
transaction.
Yeah, get with somebody where you can get some good training, and don't even be that concerned in the beginning about how much money you're going to make. Get the training first. Get the training because deals could fall apart with one little thing you forgot to get the seal done. you know,
Right. Hmm.
yeah, little things that can cause the whole thing to fall apart.
Do you still do open houses? You got people to help you.
Why
Well,
do you
you
say do you still
now
do
you
it?
got a team. Because I know a lot of seasoned agents, like you said, you're building a team now. So is the
Well,
structure of your
I
team
haven't
where
done an open. I did an open house last year. So the to be honest, for me now, I don't think the market warrants doing open houses right
hmm
now because by the time you have the open house, you got 3 or 4 offers.
Yeah.
If a client requests an open house, sure, I'll do it. I'll do it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a problem with that. But for me, I don't want to say too much, but it's more. I think it's passive. It's a passive lead generation.
Right.
A lot of people were really great with open houses too. I was never that good at it. I can
Mm-hmm.
admit that. So when I say I was never that good at it, I don't mean that I didn't know what I was doing. I mean I
Mm-hmm.
never generated a lot of people from it. I never got a ton of closings. Some people worked out really well for them, but it
Right.
never was never like that for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that.
Hmm. Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, 3 hours down, and nobody came to the open house.
Well, now
That's
we have
what
them
I mean when
lined
I
up
say
because
passive.
a lot of our sellers, they only want open house. That's it.
Hmm.
They don't want to
Yeah,
open their door up, you know, make
they
all
don't
these
want to do
different
them.
hours available. They're
Right.
like, listen, we're going to schedule this open house and maybe a follow up. That's it.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. And then
Mhm.
now, to be honest, it's so dangerous. Unless you have a couple of people doing the open house anyway. With the things that are happening at open houses now. So in terms
Yeah.
of the crime and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I always keep somebody with me.
Hmm.
It's important.
Yeah.
Well, how has being a partner at Victory in Christ Christian Center and being part of the VBP ministry impacted your business life?
Well, um, wow, that's about three different questions. So, um, being, I'm trying to figure out which one to answer first. Being a part of Victory, of course, that gives me that the faith that I need to stay in this business,
Hmm.
and it also has brought some people in who are of the same belief, and that can be a plus because I had asked God. I said, send me people who are like-minded, because I was getting some crazy people. I was getting some crazy folks that were screaming, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. Or they were really difficult for no reason. So I prayed. I said, God, send me people who are like-minded, and not so much that they even had to be super spiritual, but as far as just morals and things like that.
Hmm.
And um, send me those kind of people, and those kind of people started coming to me, and then some of those people, they were coming from Victory, and depending on what bishop was speaking on, what topic, it kind of tied in to everything, you know where one year he was speaking on the amazing. Well, you still say that I'm
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
That made a serious impact on my life. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So he was speaking on the amazing, and I had a buyer, and she wanted to find her amazing house, and she would walk, but she was dealing with another realtor in the beginning, and who didn't understand, her belief that she was going to find that amazing house. So she switched over to me, and we would go in the house, and she would step right in, and she would go, "Nope, this isn't amazing," and she would leave.
Hmm.
And we looked at so many houses to the point that she thought I was getting upset with her, but I wasn't, because I understood what she was looking for.
Yeah.
And when she found it, it was like the house was so perfect for her. So that bringing in those kind of people with those the same beliefs is really good. As far as anything else, um, the ad is good as well, and the fact that they spotlight us, they spotlight us. We're doing this interview, and I also have my vending booth on Sunday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't you know that? I'm surprised. I'm like,
I did sign some people up on the team to be there. Yes. It's nice having a team.
Yeah.
So what's next for you in your business?
Just continuing to grow and try to learn as much as I can because I have a small group that I meet with every other Tuesday where we share ideas. That's the whole thing because you have to share ideas because at the end of the day, a lot of it's foundational where the foundation is there and then you just kind of sprinkle in the different things that you're doing. And you have to stay around people who are as motivated as you are. You know, you have to network, you have to stay connected. So that's what I want to do. You know, stay connected, stay around people who are coming up with innovative ideas, and because we don't listen, there aren't. I don't want to say there are no new ideas, but the new ideas you just kind of add your own flavor to them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, or sales. At the end of the day, there's nothing new in sales. You just have to do it. You know, you can read all these sales books and the greatest salesman in the world, and
I read that.
which I'm reading now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you read, but at the end of the day, you have to implement that stuff because I don't think there's a whole lot of the book is old, so there's nothing brand new. You just have to
Right.
implement it. You have to read it. You have to refresh your mind. You know,
Mm-hmm.
refresh your mind.
Now, can anyone join your small group, or is that something that's part of Remax?
That's just Remax. Yeah, it's just Remax.
Okay, that's awesome. How you support
Yeah,
each other,
yeah.
your team.
So we're using Buffini. Are you familiar with Buffini?
Yes, I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah,
were using Brian Buffini when you were speaking
hmm
about
yeah.
um,
Hmm
staying connected,
Yep, yep.
the referral relationship.
hmm
Yes, I have his material.
Yeah,
But you reminded me about going back, revisiting a lot of that stuff.
yeah. Because listen, that's the easiest thing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and it saves you money. You know,
Yes.
you're not spending. I do farm an area as well too, though. But and I get a few leads out of that. But my biggest is referral based.
Right. Sounds
Hmm
awesome. So, is there anything else you would like to share?
No, 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 no. That's it. I can't think of anything else. Just thanks again for you guys spotlighting me, and hopefully, I've said some things that can help somebody who aspires to be in real estate, or if they're in real estate and they were looking for some ideas. You know,
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sister Daisy. This has been
you're welcome.
absolutely phenomenal. I learned so much from you. I mean, you are definitely very skilled in marketing. You're a people person, so I can see that the way that people are going to be drawn to you, the way that you've been successful for over 15 years in this industry, is just a testament to who you are as a person and the way that you allow God to work through you in your daily interactions with your clients and everybody
Yes.
that you meet. So
Mhm.
Daisy, she can be contacted at daisysellsquick.com. Phone number is 856-628-1968. So thank you so much, Sister
You're
Daisy. It's been
welcome.
a
Thank you
pleasure.
for having me.
All right.
Okay, I got to go put an offer in.
Yes, you do. Make that money.